Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Skippy Simon, and welcome to another episode of Skippy Simon versus everyone. Yeah, you see this guy? This guy right here? This is me in 1995. I got thrown in jail at Kennywood Amusement Park in West Mifflin, Pennsylvania, right outside of Pittsburgh, because me and my girlfriend were smoking pot in my car. What I was trying to do before the cops show up, I was trying to make the rides at Kennywood more fun, because that's what marijuana does. It makes life more fun. It makes food taste better. It actually helps you think differently. And it's a beautiful plant that has a lot of medicinal purposes. It helps people who are in pain. It helps people who are going through a lot of different problems like cancer and epilepsy and opioid addiction. It helps a lot of people. I used to work in the medical marijuana industry. I think it's phenomenal. So that's why I want to talk about today. If your state doesn't have legalized marijuana, your state is a loser. For real. Your state is a loser. We don't need a drug war anymore. We don't, okay? We have a for-profit prison system in America. If you want to throw some real criminals in there, not pot smokers, go to the banks, go to our corrupt-ass politicians, give them an opportunity to enjoy their for-profit prison from the inside. Actually, I think it would be great if the people who orchestrated the for-profit prison system in America got thrown in jail for creating the for-profit prison system in America. We'll see what happens. Let's see what we can do. But I want to talk about that if your state does not have legalized marijuana, your state is a total loser. Your state is losing out on revenue, it's losing out on helping people, and it's losing out in general. It's unnecessary for pot to be illegal in the first place. I don't know if you're familiar with an asshole named William Randolph Hearst, but this jagoff back in the 1930s was scared of a thatching machine called the decorticator. What the decorticator did was it was capable of taking hemp, thatching it, and getting it prepared for processing. So, William Randolph Hearst, this fucking asshole, he had 6 national newspapers and billions of dollars in timber holdings, and this plant was going to, a renewable resource, mind you, instead of waiting 100 years for a tree to grow and then cutting it down and turning it into toilet paper, they would just be able to grow an acre of marijuana, hemp, cannabis, whatever you want to call it, and then in 4 or 5 months grow another crop of it. It's a renewable resource. So, with that being said, he got scared, and just like Charles Bukowski said, nobody cries like a billionaire. So this asshole started crying. He cried to DuPont Chemical. Fuck those guys. They came out with something which was a wood sulfide process, which would help William Randolph Hearst take his timber and turn it into paper. And they also came out with rayon, which was a fabric, and that hemp apparently was a threat to. Then you got thrown into the mix, you have Melon Bank, the financing folks, the rich cocksuckers that ruin our society. Fuck you, Melon Bank. They went and on Christmas of 1937, they created the Marijuana Tax Stamp Act of 1937, which made it legal to own marijuana as long as you had a government-issued tax stamp. Now, they never issued the tax stamps. Because of this, they created the drug war. There is a for-profit prison system in America that has been completely jam-packed, full of prisoners that shouldn't be there. Marijuana smokers should not be in jail. The people who created the for-profit prison system should be. So with that being said, if your state has more prisons than pot smokers, your state is a loser. legalizing marijuana does a lot of things. It creates taxes that can be used for education, creates awareness, and it also helps people get product that is great. There's no pesticides in it. I love government testing for marijuana because I never knew that I may have been smoking pesticides all these years. So for me, it's just eye-opening that I now know that there's no poisons in my pot. And along with that, I like that, there's a registry of patients, which is why I believe that they should legalize all drugs like this. All drugs. I'm talking cocaine, I'm talking heroin, crystal meth, because once you legalize it, crime will go down significantly. Significantly. If you have people signing up, getting prescriptions for their crack, for their cocaine, for their heroin, for their meth, you have now created a registry of users. Now, with that, you can also regulate the quality of the product, and you can also distribute new needles, clean needles, and this helps to stop the spread of diseases and other horrible things that can happen from using contaminated needles. So, with that being said, all states are losers right now until we legalize or decriminalize all drugs. Plus, the taxes from that, we will wipe out our national debt in months. Booyah. Think about that. Drug use in America is outrageous. Our government brings in a lot of cocaine and heroin, and then they lock up people for using it. That's pathetic. So, I currently would like to have a drug war on the drug war. And the easiest way to stop this war, simple. Legalize everything. That simple. It's real easy. We can get rid of homelessness. We can put more money back into the community. It's just better for everyone. Who doesn't want less crime? Who doesn't want less disease? Outside of the Christians. With that being said, if your state does not have legalized marijuana, your state is a loser. Get on board. And then, once we legalize marijuana, then we can start legalizing everything else. It's called freedom of choice. And guess what? If you want to do drugs, that's your choice. I'm Skippy Simon. Thank you for watching another episode of Skippy Simon versus everyone. And remember, if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. Also, human overpopulation is the biggest problem this world faces, that our species is in denial of. Please have your children spayed or neutered. Thank you. Oh yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe, dislike, do whatever. Support my Patreon when I get it up. Yeah.